Wednesday, May the 6th. Welcome into another episode of Daily Dingers brought to you by Better and Green. Three more plays coming at you on the diamond. We have a good mix of daytime baseball and a few games going tonight. So, long day of baseball ahead. Need to right the ship here, guys. Not good on Cinco de Mayo on Tuesday. 0-3. Lost with the Athletics at the plus 160 price tag. Took our big shot on the money line. They get blown out. Lost with Texas on the money line. Had a 3-0 lead early in that game in the first inning. Lose that one 7-4. And lost once again with Cleveland on the money line. Minus 3.2 units. I did have Texas as an official play yesterday. So now lost three straight in the MLB. We're on a 4-day losing streak on the show. But zoom out. We're still doing okay. Slightly down on the show. We're going to right that ship here. And overall, we're still on a 7-3 MLB run. Still up profit on the season, just under a unit at this point, but still making money. And now is a really good time for us historically in the baseball season. So, short bump in the road here. It is going to work itself out. I'm not concerned. That being said, don't necessarily love today's card, but going to give you my top three leans. Might have one play, might end up passing, just see if we can't get right and find a better spot tomorrow. But, guys, before I do get into the plays today, just want to mention, if you have not subscribed to our channel, we please ask that you consider doing so. We are one subscriber away from 1,200, so if you have not subscribed, be that 1,200th. We really appreciate it. We are also doing daily NBA and NHL videos right now, breaking down every single game of the playoffs for both leagues, and doing very well in both. 8-1 in the NHL, I believe, and I think we're on a 9-5 NBA run. So we're still doing very well in all of these sports. No better time than to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for instant alerts so you don't miss our videos once they go live. If you like this content, smash that like button. We've been doing a great job hitting that like button, so we really appreciate that. Leave me a comment if you have some time. Let's get in to play number one, and we're going with an early game here, 1:15 Eastern, between the Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Brewers, a minus 105 road underdog, minus 115 coming back on St. Louis, near pick'em price tag. This game was rained out yesterday. They will not be doing a doubleheader. They have moved yesterday's rain out to, I think, mid-July. When they're back in St. Louis. So just going to end up being a two-game set here. Milwaukee is off a loss in game one. And on this road trip, they are now 2-2 with this one game remaining. I like the Brewers here at minus 105. Like we mentioned on the show multiple times, kind of looking to jump in front of the Cardinals. Now 21-14 on the year. I think they're way outplaying where they're going to end up this season. And I think we can make some money fading the Cardinals down the stretch. They are now 3-1 on this little homestand here. Looking to close out with a 4-1, but at worst, they are going to win the homestand. So there's more urgency here for Milwaukee than there is for St. Louis. On the mound, we have Brandon Sproat going for the Brewers. We have Andre Pallante going for St. Louis. Pallante, better numbers on the season, but that's a pitcher that I look to regress, and I do look for I look for Pallante to regress, Sproat to progress. 6.75 ERA, 1.61 WHIP for Sproat, 25 strikeouts to 15 walks. Pallante a 3.73 ERA, 1.31 WHIP, 26 strikeouts to 14 walks there. Yeah, I do like the Brewers here. I think the spot favors them. I think they're in a play-on mode right now at just 18-16. I think Cardinals are bet against at 21-14. I think the Brewers finish as a top probably 5 team in the MLB, and St. Louis probably finishes at least bottom half. I mean, I still think they're a bottom 10 team, but yeah, I think this is a good spot to jump in on the Brewers at minus 105 here. After the rained out day yesterday, I like the Brewers to bounce back and get the win. Minus 105, good price tag there. Next game up, we are going to 6:40 Eastern tonight between the Baltimore Orioles and the Miami Marlins. The Marlins a minus 130 home favorite, plus 110 coming back on Baltimore, over under of 8.5. And I do like the Marlins here to bounce back at that minus 130 price tag. The Orioles got swept up in the Bronx in a 4-game set, then traveled to Miami, no day of rest, and they get the big win yesterday, 9-7. Now playing game 2 in Miami. Feel like that was, no one's being the Yankees right now, so it's really no shocker that they got swept, but probably feeling a little bit good about themselves that they went to Miami and got that first win. Miami, They are not doing well on this homestand, just 1-4 now. They still have 2 games against the Orioles and a 3-game set against Washington. So they can still win this homestand, but needs to start now. They need to have some urgency here, and I think they will. Putting up 7 runs in a losing effort, still had some good at-bats last night. On the mound, we have Brandon Young going for the O's. Yuri Perez on the mound for the Marlins. I do like Perez in this matchup. Very similar numbers for both guys, although quite a bit more action here for Perez than what Young has, pitching just 14.2 innings so far this season. I like Perez on the mound. I like the urgency here for Miami. I like that we get them at home. -130. Nice playable price tag on the Marlins. I like the Marlins to bounce back and get the win tonight against Baltimore. And our final play on the card, guys, we are going to a 6:45 Eastern start time between the Minnesota Twins and the Washington Nationals. Twins -135, road favorite, +115 coming back on the Nats here. And I do like the Nats at that plus price tag. I liked the Twins yesterday. I'm upset that I talked myself off of them. They ended up winning that game 11-3. That was their first game on the road. Had just split a series with Toronto, going 2-2 at home, and had the day off beforehand. I just really like that spot for the Twins. Don't like the spot now as much. They got that first win on the road, which at least I always look for a team to do so. But then I look for that home team to bounce back in game number 2. You look at Washington, they sit now at just 1-3 on this current homestand. 2 games left against the Twins. Need to salvage this homestand here with at least 1 win. They would love to get 2, and I think they're in a good spot to do so today. On the mound, this is where nobody is going to be betting on Washington. They have MILvsSTL going, who currently boasts an 8.23 ERA, 1.72 whip, 19 strikeouts to 11 walks. Meanwhile, Bailey Ober going for the Twins, 3.55 ERA, 1.13 whip, 29 strikeouts to 13 walks. I don't think anyone's going to want to jump in front of Mikolas and back him today, but I think it's a good spot to do so. He's not going to finish the year with an over 8 ERA. He's struggled out of the gate, but Washington's bats, they have really been on fire for the majority of the season. I think they can get to Bailey Ober here. I think Mikolas can, at least limit the damage in this game. I think it's probably a high-scoring game if you want to look at the over. I don't hate that either. But I think Washington does bounce back here at home and pick up the win. We're also getting about 60% of the bets coming in on Minnesota, and they have dropped from -142 favorite to -135. So a bit of reverse line movement here on Washington. I agree with it. I like the Nats here, +115 to get the win. So, guys, that will wrap it for Wednesday's episode of Daily Dingers. Quick recap. Brewers on the money line, -105. Miami Marlins money line, -130. And the Nationals money line, +115. Let's bounce back today. Again, consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't done so already. Check out my NBA and NHL breakdown videos as well. Ring that bell for instant alerts so you won't miss any of our videos as they go live. Smash that like button. Drop me a comment down below. We really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Daily Dingers, brought to you by Better and Green.